Gelato. Like this. Gelato. They know what time it is when they hear that. Gelato.
A couple years back, one of me and my close relative bought an ounce of weed to smoke. I told her at the time weed doesn't agree with me, and she'd be like, "Oh, you'll be fine." But I know that she need to go grocery shopping right before we bought the weed. So when we got the weed, she said, "Girl, let's just light one up before we go grocery shopping." I said, "No, I don't think it's a good idea because weed never agree with me, however the case may go." So she said, "You're going to be fine, however the case may go." So I smoked a little bit. Y'all, when I say I took like literally 2 or 3 puffs, that was it. Smoked the weed. And we went to the grocery store. When we got in the store, I noticed somebody from the meat department shook us and said, "Look, y'all was literally standing in the same spot for like an hour." When we looked down at the time, an hour did went by. We'd be like, "Dang, an hour went by. We just walked in this store." So he said, "Y'all was literally staring at each other. Like y'all mouth was moving, but nothing was coming out." So I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yes, y'all mouth was moving, but nothing was literally coming out." So the man walked away. So as we was shopping through the store, I said, "Look, girl, I told you I shouldn't come. I know I shouldn't come, however the case may go. Shop, but girl, just stop tripping. You paranoid, stop tripping." So anyway, we got to the register. The clerk was ringing up the food, however the case may go. And I remember after the fact, when the clerk was ringing up the food, I literally was putting the food back on the shelf. I literally was taking everything she rung and put it back on the shelf. I had at least 2 armfuls of food I done put back on the shelf. Now, I could recall my family member saying, "Go to the car." And I'm like, I'm good, leave me alone. She said, "Go to the car." I said, "I'm good." When I look over, I noticed the clerk stopped ringing up the food. She was like staring at me, like in a daze. She would just keep staring at me. So that's my family member been like, "Look, go to the car. I got it." So, okay, something telling me to go because she talking like she really mean it, like something ain't right. At the time, I didn't know if the spotlight was on me at the time. So I went to the car after she finished grocery shopping. On our way home, she said, "Girl," she said, "you been high as a kite." I said, "What you mean?" I said, "You could have tell." She said, "No, you can't tell." But she said, by the lady stopping, she knew something wasn't right when she was ringing up the food. And you was literally putting the food back on the shelf as she rang it up, and she got kind of pissed off because she had to go back and get all the food that you put back on the shelf. She had to literally find it and actually, get it or whatnot. I said, I told you I shouldn't go to the store. I told you we shouldn't smoke this weed before we went to the store. Okay, make the long story short, if you got a family member who suffer from any type of addiction, get them help, y'all. It's very important that you get, if you so-called love your family or friend the way you say you do, you will get them some help. Even your kids. I know parents who actually smoke with their kids. That's disrespectful. And y'all be wondering why some of y'all kids don't have no respect for y'all. Why would you sit and smoke with your child and say, long as my child home and smoke, at least they're safe, however the kids may go. I even heard parents say that, but their kids, even having a sexual partner, boyfriend or girlfriend at the time, they allowed the individual to stay to their house. No. It's not happening in listen. Like all people say in our time to one of our family members, their house not no hotel. You can never, ever. And that's how I want to raise my kids, because I never did that to my mom and dad. That is so disrespectful, y'all. And y'all be wondering why some of them kids don't respect y'all. Some of y'all be wondering why the man or woman the relationship don't last, because y'all sit and disrespect the relationship from the beginning. Why would you bring that man or woman in your house disrespecting your parents, grandmother, whoever the individual is? If you didn't buy that house yourself, that is disrespectful. And I strongly believe when you do things like that, you will never have peace in your relationship. Never. I was married. And when I stayed with my mom, I didn't feel comfortable. Neither him felt comfortable sleeping in the same bed at my mom's house. That's ridiculous. Who does that? No. We come on vacation, ain't no such thing. You got to have some type of respect. When you run there smoking weed with your kids and doing drugs, drinking, however the case may go with your kids, You don't throw your respect out the window. That's it. You don't throw it out the window. So if you got anybody you love, get them help. A lot of times when people are addicted to pain meds, they're addicted to pain meds because they don't want to feel like withdrawal symptoms. When these people don't have their pain meds, their alcohol, it could be weed, marijuana, it can be heroin, however the case may go. All these are addiction. They put them in the same pot. So 9 out of 10, when these people don't have the addiction medicine, they're going to start having withdrawal symptoms. Even people who smoke cigarette, that's an addiction. Drinking alcohol is considered a disability. So when you have people that actually suffer from addiction and you wondering why you admit drinking all the time, always staying drunk, however the case may go, because he or she got to stay drunk, because if they stop, they feel so sick, y'all, they don't want to go through that withdrawal symptoms. But there are medicines out there that can actually help them with their withdrawal symptom where they won't even feel it. It'll help them the same time as where they won't even feel the addiction part of it. And I know in South Carolina, they have like 2 doctors who is actually licensed to give that, because a lot of doctors not licensed to give that kind of medicine. So you need to find out through the state you live. You can call probably a hospital or local doctors and ask for the op medicine. They can direct you to the right place that can actually write you that type of prescription or tell you how to go about getting it. Because every state is different. And I know each state, a lot of doctors are not certified to give that medicine, that op medicine. So when you love people, you help them. When you care about them, you do what you got to do to help them. It won't be no big excuse all the time. Because that's what the Most High wants to do, is help each other. Sometimes we want things that we're not going to help people on. And sometimes the Most High allows us to go to our lowest point. Sometimes to be in that place, to see what we're going to do to help others. So we got to stop that picking and choosing who we're going to help and who we're going to choose to do things for. So yes, give somebody a lending hand if they need it. So y'all please like, share, subscribe to the channel. And I thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in.